Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm starting off the roulette pan collab again. I'm sure you guys are all familiar enough with this project by now because it's been going on for a long time, but just as a reminder, Alexi and Rebecca kind of started off this project as a collab between the two of them in 2017 because I was just watching Alexi's video, so I remember I just needed a refresher on how this project works again because we haven't been doing it for a little while. They started it then, they did 2 rounds by themselves, and then they invited other people to join in. I've been joining in since then, and this is round 9. I thought I only been doing this for maybe 4 or 5 rounds, but no, I've been doing this for 6 rounds already, and for me this is round 7, which is way more than I expected, but it's just such a fun project. So it's nice to just keep joining in and participating in this collab. The idea of this collab is that we have a list with a lot of prompts. We roll in 6 just randomly, so we use a random number generator or something like that, and we pick the prompts and then we find products that actually fit those prompts and start working on them with any type of goal that you want to, really. I've been kind of all over the place, so my update is a little bit late. Everybody else, or like most people anyway, we're uploading this on the 23rd because that's the anniversary of the project. It's been going for 4 years at this point, pretty much. So yeah, I need to kind of organize a little bit more again. Yeah, you've seen a bit of my uploads. It just hasn't been great. Anyway, I've been babbling for 2 minutes almost already. Let's actually jump in and start rolling for some prompts. Yeah, so I'm gonna be rolling 6 numbers, and then from there we're gonna see what we're gonna be working with. So I've got 60, 30, I'm going for the round numbers today, 26, 80, 10, okay, and 22. I think that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So let's start looking at what those prompts actually are. I've got my laptop here right beside me. One of them is a warm tone item, which is 60 for me. I'm using the list of 100 prompts, but I already started working on it a little bit in my last round. So I've got 6 prompts in here that already kind of phased out. So that is number 60 for me. A warm tone item. Then we have a guilty pleasure product. That's an interesting one. Okay. 26. A product you love the color but dislike the formula, or the opposite. Okay. 80. 80 is your most expensive eyeshadow palette because I'm not working on enough eyeshadows yet. 10 is, ooh, your Hogwarts house color. I might have to do a quick test somewhere. I have an idea of which Hogwarts house I had. I actually had a conversation with somebody about this yesterday. But I've never properly tested, or I don't remember anyway. Oh, 22 is someone else's pick, which I'm actually gonna re-roll because there's nobody else here at the moment and I just wanna get this filmed and uploaded as soon as possible. So that one is not gonna happen today. We're gonna do 47 instead. 47 is a product where you have multiples of the same type or color in your collection. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do some digging and figuring out what I'm gonna do here, and I will be back with you guys in a little bit. Okay, and I'm back. It took me a little while to figure this one out because I've honestly already got way too much going on, so I was trying to see if I could incorporate things that wouldn't interfere with one of my other projects. It didn't completely succeed, but a little bit, so let's jump into it. So a product where you own multiples of the same type or color in your collection. I've got a good bit of blushes, so I decided to go with a blush here. This is a like pinkish blush. Definitely have multiple of that like tone. Definitely have multiple blushes in general. and I know that this is one that I wanted to focus on this year. I'm not like fully focusing on a blush in any of my projects. I've got one in the 10 uses part of my whole collection project pan, but apart from that, not really. I've got a little bit of pan on this one already. I just want to keep expanding that pan, but to be honest, I don't have like a specific goal. I know I want to make good progress on this one this year, so it's probably just going to be in for the whole, I think we're doing this for 4 months, right? Anyway, for the whole like project until this ends. So that's the first product. The next one was your Hogwarts house color. My instinct, I guess, kind of told me that I would be a Hufflepuff. I did a test on BuzzFeed, which told me that I was 41% a Hufflepuff, I think about 25% or so a Ravenclaw, and then the other stuff came. Then I did another one just to kind of verify, and that one told me I was a Ravenclaw. So I kind of read two descriptions of them, and also when I read the descriptions, Hufflepuff kind of like pulls me in a little bit more, so I let that take the overhand and go with Hufflepuff. Now the product that I chose for this one is a little bit boring, maybe. But Hufflepuff's colors, of course, are like yellow and black, or golden black, kind of how you want to look at it. And I went with a black, which is a mascara. Very boring because you can't really see any progress on it, and you guys might know that I do throw this out after 3 months anyway. And I am in my 3rd month on this one, which means that by next update, at least I will be rolling something new in. But honestly, I just didn't want to make my life harder than it should be. Like, I'm trying to finish off this lip product. I'm working on my Pendant palette. I just really want to focus in on those, especially now that we're nearing the end of the year. So I thought, let's give myself some slack and like go with something a little bit easier. So a black mascara it is for my Hogwarts house. Then the next one was a product you love the color but you dislike the formula. I initially thought that this was going to be pretty difficult, but then I looked at one of those other products that I kind of already set aside as like, this won't interfere with anything, so if you can make it work, do so. This is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Correcting Concealer. The color is perfect for me. Like, I'm using this as kind of like a foundation slash under eye concealer. I have it underneath my eyes and a little bit kind of around my chin area, mainly because that's where I tend to get some breakouts in discoloration. I like the color because I think it doesn't look off, so perfect when it fits my skin color, of course, but it's way drier than I hoped it would be. And I always feel like certain parts of the year it seems to be okay, and then later on I realized that actually no, it's just not the formula for me. So I really need to find something that works better for me soon. This one is kind of nearing its last leg already. I know with concealers, when I think they're almost there, they're still like going for a little bit longer anyway. But when I look at, it's kind of sticking to the sides a little bit, but when I look at it, I think I'm actually about here already, which means there isn't too much left anymore. The doe foot doesn't pick up on loads of product anymore, but I haven't taken the stopper out yet, so definitely think there is another 2-3 months or so of product in here. But let's see, we'll find out during this project. So this is for the category of a product you love the color but you dislike the formula. Then a guilty pleasure product. This one was really difficult because I don't have like guilty pleasures when it comes to my makeup, really. I only have pleasures. So I didn't really know what to pick. Like, none of the things in here I'm like, oh well, that's like listening to the Spice Girls or whatever. So I kind of went with a pleasure that I don't feel too guilty about, but I really didn't know what to pick. So I picked my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. This one also is already on its last leg, but this is one of those products that never ends, so it might just as well be in here until the very end of this project still. I am kind of up here, so this is all like gone already. So there really isn't a lot left in here anymore, but at the same time there still is plenty left in here, so let's just see if this will be finished by the end of this project. I know there's not a lot in here, but I'm actually not convinced that it will be finished by the end of the project, but we'll see. Next, your most expensive eyeshadow palette. I wasn't really sure because I don't really keep track of like how much my palettes actually cost, plus I haven't bought an eyeshadow palette in forever. But guessing, like kind of looking at the brands that I have, this one probably is the most expensive. I've got the Naked palette as well, but that has 12 shades if I'm correct. This one has a lot more shades, so I'm guessing that this one would have been a bit more expensive as well. But I also got this one for my sister because she didn't use it anymore, so I never actually paid the money for it. Doesn't mean it was not expensive. So yeah, I'm going for this one. But now the question is, what in this project am I going to be working on? Because I've got loads of eyeshadows already in projects. So kind of trying to figure out like what can I still incorporate, because I've got my palette which has some browns, so I have my neutrals already. I've got my palette like with the colorful shades, which also is already going, and I've got like a brow bone shade in my Panda's eyeshadows that I want to work on after I finished off the brow bone shade in my Panda palette. So honestly, I haven't decided yet, and I can't honestly see anything in here that I think I will be able to easily incorporate with what I'm trying to do. Like there are shades in here that I definitely love to work on, like the warm tone shades is something like, especially now going into fall, I would love to use a little bit more, but they would take up uses that I could make on my like Bourjois trio probably. So now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more, I don't want to make it too easy, but maybe I just want to use any shade in this palette, like 20 I think is difficult enough with me trying to actually focus on other stuff at the same time. I want to use any shade in here 20 times, so basically just grab for the palette 20 times, and then I will be rolling this out. Yeah, I think that is my plan. I don't normally do that because I really like to actually hit pan on eyeshadow and like show progress as opposed to just tell you, yeah, I've grabbed for this 10 times. Normally that won't make too much of a difference in what the eyeshadows look like, but I think that is the wiser choice for me at the moment. So yes, 20 times it is. And with that, like I also had a warm tone product as my last category. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I didn't really want to do a lip product because I already have lip products in other projects that I'm not actually even properly working on. I only have one pair of lips, at least when it comes to eyeshadows. I can put like 5 or 6 different shades on my eyes and still, like, that works. So I went with an eyeshadow, and I went with the NYX Pigment in Yellow Gold, which pretty sure has been in this project before. But well, it's a gold and it's a yellow. Like if it's a yellow gold, then it definitely should be on the warmer side of the spectrum. So this is a warm tone shade. I love my golds and bronzes and all those types of things. So I'm just gonna have to see how I'm gonna incorporate this into my looks at the moment. Because I would probably use this in a similar way, like maybe as my silver, like top it on top of shades, or like use it on a lid to lighten things up a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna have to see how I'm gonna do that. But technically this is one of the products that I have in my products I want to finish up this year. So my goal also is just gonna be to try and use it up. No idea if I'm gonna get anywhere close, but we can try. So yeah, those were the 6 products that I have in here. Now, as I said, I know that this one will be rolling out next month because it will be hitting the 3-month mark soon enough. Apart from that, I do have like these 2 products that are nearing their last leg, so I'm hoping I will be able to roll them out at some point, although I'm not expecting that to be next month. But the other products I think will be in here for a little while. I'm guessing the blush and the pigment will be in here for pretty much the whole project. The blush for sure, I won't be using this up before the end of it. The pigment, I can hope. I don't know whether, yeah. And I think the Vice palette, I might be able to hit my goal on, but more towards the end of the project. So yeah, let's just see how that's all gonna go. But yeah, that's it for now. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye bye!